Take on the New Jersey Devils when you're watching Post to Post.
Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. Second last series that we have to talk about, Nashville versus Colorado. You'll notice that there's no jersey behind me because I actually don't own a Nashville jersey. A couple of people have said that they were going to send me one, and I never got one. And one time, someone said, "I'm going to send you one." I said, "No, don't. I'm going to buy myself one. Don't worry about it. I'll buy it." And he said, "Well, too late. I already bought you one." That was 4 months ago, and I haven't gotten it.
Oh, that's the time that the order was split into two boxes, and you only ever got one of the boxes?
I think so. I don't know.
Vanished or something?
I have no idea. Anyway, someone else said that they're going to send one. I think that was about 3.5 weeks ago. That hasn't arrived yet either. So no Nashville jersey, but I'll put one up there digitally so you'll have something to look at least, or a logo or something.
All right.
And I don't have a Nashville hat or shirt. I literally have nothing Nashville. That's a problem.
Why is that?
Because it's impossible to find.
There's
it's not on Lids. It's not on Pro Hockey Life. It's not on NHL.com. It's not in Sport Check. Like you can't. The only place that you can buy it is if you want a new Adidas jersey, which is $200, or if you want a name on the back, it's $250, or if you want a Subban jersey, it's $300. No thanks.
There's nothing in Fanatics either.
For $200.
Oh, that's $200 for a Fanatics one.
Well, it's $200. It's $180 Canadian, but I don't want a Fanatics jersey because they crease the logos or whatever sometimes.
Yeah, they don't know how to fold.
Yeah, they're. Anyway. I eventually I will get a Nashville, some Nashville merch. So this series is. It's a strange one because it looked like St. Louis was going to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, really.
And then Colorado said, "Nah,
I don't think so.
We got this." And they won that last game.
They deserved to win it. They played the best. They won their way into the playoffs.
Yep.
And they deserved to be there.
So they're in the same position that Nashville was last year.
Yeah, they are.
The 8th seed playing the number 1 seed.
Right.
I predicted last year that Nashville would beat Chicago. That happened. So am I going to predict that Colorado is going to beat Nashville this year?
Are you?
No.
No.
Sorry, Colorado fans. I am actually predicting Nashville wins this in 5. They're just too deep. But let's get into the numbers. Nashville, they're at 3.18 goals per game, 2.49 goals against per game, 21.2% on the power play, 81.9% on the penalty kill, 53.3 in the face-off circle.
That's critical.
Colorado, 3.11 goals per game, 2.88 goals against per game, 21.9 on the power play, 83.3% on the penalty kill, 44.2% in the face-off circle. Almost 10% less than Nashville. In the playoffs, when you're a defensive zone draw, you're the worst team in the National Hockey League as far as face-offs go, facing one of the best teams in the league in the face-off circle. Nashville is so deep up the middle, it really doesn't matter what line is out there. Every one of their centermen are so good in the face-off circle. Just based on that alone, it's going to be so difficult for Colorado here. If you look at the players, this is really interesting. Forsberg, 64 points. Arvidsson, 61. Subban, 59. Johansson, 54. Yossi, 53. Smith, 51. Fiala, 48. Turris, 42. On the Colorado side, we've got McKinnon with 97 points. Rantanen, 84 points. Landeskog, 62. Barrie, 57. Kerfoot, 43. Soderberg, 37. Como, 34. And Nieto, 26. It drops off pretty quick in Colorado and stays pretty deep in Nashville. Those numbers are, past Turris are pretty close to, like, Nashville's so deep. I just don't see how Colorado can take down Nashville here. It's not, to me, it's not like Nashville versus Chicago last year. I don't have that good feeling about Colorado. And I wish I did because I like Colorado. This is my favorite jersey of all time. Let's see here. Nashville beat Colorado in all 4 seasonal games this year.
They did. 4-0-0. Yep.
In those 4 games, Nashville outscored Colorado 17-8. So it's a pretty significant difference.
Yeah.
However, Colorado plays much better at home. They're 28 11-2, but they're 15-9-7 away. So
15-9
sorry, 15-19, okay. 15-19-7.
All right.
I can't read my own writing. They've never met in the playoffs before, which is always an interesting aspect. When you have two teams that have never met before in the playoffs, there's always an opportunity to birth a rivalry.
Yeah.
And there could be one here because Colorado is the ultimate underdog of any team in the playoffs this year. They want to win on guts alone, and McKinnon's going to do everything he can to put the team on his back.
Well, and I was just about to say that. He did that to get them in the playoffs.
Yep.
He stood up. He carried that big beast of a load, and he delivered. And he's still young. He's still full of P and V, and he's going to have lots of energy going into the playoffs, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
And he will be a figure to be reckoned with. The problem with that is, even if Nashville can't fully shut down that top line in Colorado, they can easily shut down the other three.
Yeah.
The other hand, the top line in Colorado is, I think, better than the top line in Nashville.
I would agree with that, definitely.
But line 2, 3, and 4 in Nashville are all better than the second line in Colorado.
Yeah,
I think.
That's a great analysis.
Yeah.
Well put, yeah. It's good.
And eventually, to play playoffs, if you're going to go into a series, everyone's got to play. Mm-hmm. And the minute you start playing your fourth line just to give the other guys a rest, your net's going to get filled on you in this series.
And then we have to take into the defensive core, because if you look at Tampa, pretty stacked on the back end. They can't touch Nashville.
They can't touch Nashville. Nashville
it's unbelievable. They're so
beastly.
fast. They're so offensively minded. They want to take the puck and rush up the ice with it all the time. They want to blow past that blue line. They wait for the forwards to drop the puck back to them. It was the play that we hate. And they take it and they just, I don't know.
They go.
It's unbelievable, really.
I want to see the cycle game.
Yes.
Especially when they have the power play. I think it was the playoffs last year. I forget which game it was. I forget who they were playing. But at one point, Nashville had the puck. Some of it was power play, but some of it was 5-on-5. And they cycled that puck around in the offensive zone against the other team. And while they were doing it, did a complete line change, one guy at a time. Yeah. And they kept the puck cycled, and they scored on that possession. Mm-hmm. I was just like, I've seen it all. I've seen it all.
Amazing,
but I hope I see it again this
Yeah.
time. Yeah, fantastic.
Colorado's injuries this year, they've had a lot. McKinnon himself was injured. They've had recent injuries. It doesn't help when you're the underdog and are dealing with injuries. Okay. So there's just so much stacked up against Colorado here. I really don't see them winning. If they did, it would be a huge sports story, an absolutely massive sports story, and I think people would be afraid.
I think
the underdog story.
Yeah.
You don't play with it.
And Colorado, I think Nashville's going to win too. Same as you. I think it's going to be Nashville in 5. Colorado, if they somehow win this series, they better not waste it and bow out in the second round. They better go all the way and hoist it.
If Winnipeg gets to the second round and ends up playing Colorado, Winnipeg should be afraid of Colorado.
Yeah, they should.
Because if you can take down Nashville, you're a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. So I'm saying Nashville in 5. What did you say?
5.
Nashville in 5? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do think Colorado's probably going to sneak a game out. I hope it's not a sweep. It's almost a waste of a series if it's a sweep.
Yeah. It's a waste of Colorado's strong effort to get in the playoffs in the first place. Yeah. And people will start to wonder, if Colorado got swept by Nashville, would St. Louis maybe have done better? Who knows?
Mm-hmm. But with that said, it is a waste of their effort to get in the playoffs. But you got to think about where they came from last year. 48 points, I think they had. Yeah. To making the playoffs. That's remarkable. I don't think a team has done that since Pittsburgh in 07-08 or 06-07, something like that. So it's a huge turnaround for the team. Great for the future.
Fantastic.
So,
fantastic.
That's all I have to say about this specific series.
Me too.
Cool. Thanks, guys, for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, I hope you can hit the subscribe button down below. If you like this video, hit the like button, and we'll see you in the next one. Adios.